In this episode, we will be listening to people share their opinions on how to be a good spouse.
I was not a good enough man when I met you, and I was painfully aware of that. I was broken, insecure, lost. I had a whole lot of self-doubt. I had been exposed to bad leadership, bad people, made bad decisions. Nothing about who I was a walking red flag.
Listen.
Nothing about who I was good enough for the type of woman that you were. And you only got better, and I had to become better. And we had so much friction in the beginning of our marriage, and well, not in our marriage, but in our relationship, because I was broken and I was actively breaking myself to put a new version of me back together that could be with you. And people don't get that. I'm not who I am today by accident. I chose to be better, and I rejected a lot of what I was before to be here. I've always had this ability to be extremely open with you. And I'm grateful of the fact that I've been able to do that with you without ever feeling like I have to be so reserved. And I more so look at a way to, how can I communicate this to my wife to where she can really feel where I'm coming from? And how can I articulate it in a way to where she can truly see what it means to me or how it's impacted me or whatever the case may be, or what I'm trying to get across to you. I'm grateful that I have you in my life to where we've built such a strong relationship to where I can do that, and it doesn't ever make me feel like less or that I can't do that with you, because I know there's a lot of people out there that can't do that.
Right. I'm grateful for your willingness to be open with me. I'm grateful for creating an environment to where you feel safe enough to do that with me, because a lot of people want a safe space, but they don't want to be the safe space.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that you look at me in such a way to where you know, like, I am that safe space for you to be open and vulnerable.
Tell us some ways, man. Help us understand what it looks like, or the practicality of being a good husband.
Oh, man, that's a great question. And I think to be a good husband or a better husband, you need three things. You need to ask the Lord for wisdom. You need to ask the Lord for understanding. You need to ask God for long suffering.
Come on.
And I'll go back, I'll break them down, right? For wisdom, I think it's 1 Kings chapter 3, when God asked Solomon, what is it that you want? And Solomon said, wisdom to be able to govern your people. And I look at that scripture and I think about the same aspect. Lord, give me wisdom to govern the household, the family that you've assigned me to, the garden that you assigned me to. Help me to be able to govern my house in a godly way. So I need wisdom, right? And then the second thing is understanding. What is it? 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7, I believe, says to live with your wife in an understanding way.
Yeah.
In an understanding way. What does it mean to be understanding to your wife, right? And to live that way. I think it's creating space for emotional security and safety.
Right.
Right.
But
so
hey, there's something attached to that too.
Good. Yeah. Bro. And then long suffering as well, because all of us, we've been married for some time, and you know that it's not a walk in the park each and every day. Right, I would love to say that that's the case, but that's not.
Someone once told me, marry someone you can suffer with, okay? Because love is easy when it's good. When you're sitting on a rooftop bar in the summer or binge watching shows under a blanket. Anyone can love through that, okay? Everyone looks good in the honeymoon phase. Anyone can laugh with you on a vacation, eating overpriced sushi, and post couple selfies with matching captions. That's not the test. The test is, who are they when tragedy actually shows up? Okay, when the stuff you didn't plan for comes, when the paycheck doesn't stretch, when one of you gets sick and doesn't go away, okay, when you bury a parent and the grief hits in waves so hard you forget how to breathe. Okay, when the mortgage is overdue and you're staring at each other wondering whose car are you selling first. Okay, that's where forever actually happens. Because anyone can be romantic when you got matching outfits and travel photos. But who's standing with you when you're crying in the ER at 3 a.m.? Okay, who's steady when your world isn't? Who looks at you in your worst moment, the broke, exhausted, ugly cry version of you, and still chooses you? Okay, that's the person you marry, not the one who makes the good days better. Plenty of people can do that. The one who makes the bad days bearable, because life guarantees the suffering. You better pick someone you actually want to sit in the fire with.
A good wife is, good life is being a good family man, good family person, and having good friends. That's all there is to life. Everyone who thinks that they're better than someone else or because of their wealth, that they have special privileges. No, we're all in the same boat here together.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and stay tuned for more.